Hi everybody, and welcome to my first match of this season 39 of the Dominion League. We're in A division, and it's exciting because it's the first ever 7-person A division, flex division it's called, because I set out last season when I would have promoted, when I would have played in A, and so this season I returned and everybody else did as well, so now we've got this 7-person division. So we're playing against Qsenoch. Got some Extra-Menagerie going here, and so this is gonna be some exciting boards. So what's this? We've got Populate, which is really crazy event, and I also think that it's good here, right? Pretty much all these cards you can make use of. I mean, you don't want like many leprechauns or guardians, but you can display some. So we wanna hit Populate for sure. Villages are a bit tight, maybe only village green, but should be enough. So how do we open? What's the Bane Menagerie? That's pretty good Bane. It's even 11 cards because of Young Witch, right? So one extra for the Populate. He goes with a Stockpile, and I think you wanna do that as well. And on R4, I'm not sure yet. Could be a Young Witch, probably. Menagerie is it's a good card, so it's a good Bane, but not one you want early in your deck. So Young Witch is gonna be, well, I mean, there's Guardian as well, so maybe maybe we don't particularly want Young Witch, right? Goes with the Groom. I mean, what's the best way to hit Populate as soon as possible? Maybe we just go double Stockpile, and then we buy like a Hunting Grounds and more Stockpiles, and then we just wanna spike 10. Let's try that. Okay, nice. There's the first Hunting Grounds. And then here we just buy a Stockpile to get this back into our deck. This is 8, which is not quite 10. How much do we have remaining there? There's 5 coppers and a Stockpile, which is 8 as well, right? So we could try something crazy here and go like double Guardian, and then if in our next hand we have the Hunting Grounds, we guarantee hitting Populate, right? If we don't, then double Guardian just sucks. But I think it's worth it. Let's go double Guardian Stockpile. Right, there's 5 copper Stockpile left, which is 8, so the 2 Guardians that they bump us up to 10. I don't know if this is any good, but wanna try it. Oh, nice, nice. There's the hunting grounds. So we do hit populate. And we also hit it before this shuffle, which is good because we get all this nice stuff into our shuffle. So we populate random order, right? Oh, we don't get a guardian. Wait, what? Oh, it's only action piles. Okay, I missed that bit. But I mean, we don't want these guardians anyway, do we? So it's fine that way. So now we're just over terminal, right? Let's see. I mean, we've got some non-terminals as well. And here we could like groom for a village green and then falconer for a village green or something. Is there a way against the last stockpile? So these stay in our exile mat, but we don't mind. Is there a way to activate this thing so that we can play the village green? There isn't, right? So we just do this groom for village green, falconer for village green thing. Because now we want some villages. And we do not want a guardian here. No. Oh, that's pretty good that we have the village green here. We might be able to populate again. This is 9. We saw 2 coppers so far. There should be, I think, another stockpile in there. 2 more coppers. So if we play he did buy a guardian, so playing this young witch doesn't do us any good. So I guess we just play this hunting grounds and hope to hit 10 again. Nice, we do. Do we want to play the stockpile as well? I think we do. We don't really need them anymore. And we can just buy a menagerie on top of this populate. This is a really sad hand. But the good thing is that all this stuff missed. He got to populate as well here. Grooms for an estate, or just for the cantrip effect, I guess. Is there some pile out looming? I mean, village greens are pretty low now. Stockpiles are empty, but this place doesn't trash. This place doesn't trash, so So you can't do this hunting grounds stuff. Hunting grounds for estates. Otherwise, pileout would be pretty near. Oh, that's cool. Didn't think about that. So you can activate your village greens with young witch. So we wanna look to do that as well. Maybe that's something we could have done the earlier turn. Yeah, we could have. No. Oh, I mean, it doesn't matter, but you gotta watch out for that. So he's emptying the villages here. Maybe he does have a pileout. No, I doubt it. But this was a really great turn for him. Like, he played all the stuff. If we draw, like, we've got 2 falconers, 2 displays, 2 grooms, so we could empty estates. If we draw the stuff, and if we've got enough actions and different preconditions fulfilled, but it's possible. So maybe we can do that. In any case, I don't think we want to populate a 3rd time, because we only have so many villages in our deck, and we can't do anything with all these terminals. I think he should have 2 more stockpiles, and we have seen all of our, yeah, there they are. So that's all his extra buys. Okay, let's see what we can do. This is 3, 4, 5. It's a bit sad we can't activate these menageries here. We can activate the leprechaun. So 3, 4, 5. 6. We do want to activate, don't we? Well, it's not clear we're gonna draw this wish, but there's a horse. Do we have 5 village greens? Oh, unsure. Is there something we can do here? In terms of activating these things? really short on actions now. Sadly, displacing copper into a state doesn't activate the falconers, so a thing we can do is like falconer for grooms once we activate them, and then use the grooms to gain estates. But first we have to play on, I think. Play one of these. Okay, there's a village green that we want to play. There's a groom. That's 4 of our village greens. Gotta check. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that's all of them. If we So we can displace something here into a two cost thing, then falconer for grooms and draw 3 cards. Try going for the estates. There is a groom down there. This would leave us with 4 groom plays, 1 displace play, but that's only 5 estates, right? Because we need to use 1 displace for activating the falconers. It's in our discard. Just a wish and a gold. But we won't get around to it, will we? So let's say we in that case we probably just double province, right? And what's on top? There's a young witch on top. 2 young witches, right? Because we populated twice. There's 2 young witches and and a groom and another card. Well, we're gonna displace here. So displace this hunting grounds into a province. And we displace the groom into, well, I mean, actually, what do we even want to gain with these falconers? Could be silvers, that's alright. Because we don't... Do we want to lower these menageries? I mean, he doesn't have buys, right? He's got 2 grooms and a falconer and the displays. So that's 5 gains with his buy, so we can lower the menageries to 5, that's fine. Could also just displace the groom into a duchy. I have a feeling this next turn is gonna suck, but what can I do? Let's just displace into a duchy and buy a province. Yeah, like this hand. Oh, it was our second leprechaun, the 4th card. Having only 4 village greens, it's a little tough. The 5, we might have had a pile out there. I guess here we are gonna groom for an estate, and then we can play the young witch and hope to draw a village green and activate it that way. Would be real sad if we drew our wish that way, but we'll see. I don't think he has a finish here. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, his deck isn't the most amazing either. He's got 6 village greens, which is good, to our 4. And he did populate once, but it's also got 7 coppers in it, like ours. So what I want to say is they're both unstable, these decks, so he could wake up with a hand like this one as well. Yeah, so we'll just have to see how his turn goes. Certainly a difficult spot for him either, I would think, without seeing his hand, but oh, we're not protected here. Are we? No. Oh, it's alright. Just 1 curse in our discard. It's far away. He did get to activate village greens that way, which is pretty great for him. So he almost drew his deck here. That's pretty good. Oh, nice. Is there something we can gain that helps us here. Like, it's a shame we've got this young witch, the second, otherwise a menagerie would be excellent. I guess just a groom. Sure, discard from Exile. So this can be cantripped for estates. Exile's province for a duchy. That's a cool trick as well. Okay, let's see what these grooms can draw us. Not the most promising so far, so let's hope. Oh. The hope was for nothing. Alright, so, well, we just gotta hope he can't draw his deck again, because otherwise we're toast. He can easily empty 3 estates. There's some of our villages. He did have 2 village greens at the start of his turn, so that's pretty good. But doesn't mean he gets to draw here. We'll just have to hope for the best here. Now if he does that, this looks promising. And he does. Nice, okay, so we might still have it. Man, these coppers blocking our menageries. We need to find some stuff. We don't care about activating the leprechaun. Okay. I think we need to find our wish, don't we? It's not there. It's not there. So, just double duchy, I guess. Right. Well, what do we displace? The leprechaun, or we can also do this trick he did. Displace province into a duchy and buy a duchy. Then there's 3 duchies left, as well as 3 estates. We've got the wish down here, so that's not bad for our next hand. And there's also 2 village greens down here. Okay. I don't think he can triple, right? He's only got 1 displace. He can't triple duchy. He can, however, triple estate, and that's enough, so maybe he can just do that. Considering he did that last turn, there's a chance he can draw on this turn. Bigger chance, I mean. Oh, he didn't. Okay. So how do we proceed? Village green. We just draw on and see what we get, right? All the villages here. Oh, nice, the menagerie. Can displace an alchemist into a duchy? Oh, well, we don't have to care about that. We can just empty estates, right? Wish for a state, displace copper to a state, and we buy the last one. Okay, nice. Nice. I believe that it's possible. Alchemist to Duchy, but we didn't have to try. We didn't have to try it out here. All right. We win this first one. Also on his start, which is good for us. We were fortunate that he did 2 turns in a row there, but oh, we got in. We had the already starting, but we're still connecting somehow. We were fortunate that he did it 2 turns in a row, but as I said, our decks were kind of unstable and can easily happen. This doesn't seem to connect, so we're gonna reload. So there's been some... Oh, we're loading the game. Alright, nice, we're in. So there's been some issues with lag lately, but so far seems to be working for us. So what's this? Reap is the gold thing. Citadel, of course, nice, and the doggo, the sheepdog. So guess we're gonna open Spice Merchant Silver. Try and hit 5 for the Sanctuary. Could also open Transmog Silver, which is great if you draw it. Turn 3. Let's go with the Spice Merchant. Oh, this took a bit. Of course, the Groom can also gain all this nice stuff. Transmogs, Sheepdogs. Snowy is the only village, but it should be enough, especially with Sheepdog chaining. So this seems like we're having a bit of lag here. Maybe last game I didn't notice because was just playing slow. So do we draw on here? There's a chance we hit 4, but if we do, that's alright. Right, we just get a Groom or something, and if we hit 5, we buy a Sanctuary. And I do like cycling here. Yeah, so this is taking some time for our actions to complete. Okay, we do hit 5, so let's get the Sanctuary. we'll see if we can continue this way, and if it gets too bad, we're gonna continue our match at another time. So what do we want to gain on 3 here? I think a Sheepdog. He goes for the dog as well. Oh, this is excellent. Oh, we hope to draw a copper with the Sanctuary, and then it's excellent, but still pretty good to see all this at the top of our shuffle. No copper. So do we trash the silver? Just cycle, right? It's a bit sad, but it's alright to let the silver go. So on 2 could be a sleigh or a border guard. Sleigh gives us horses, which is nice with Sheepdog. It's a way to activate Sheepdog. So let's get it. And then we also want to add a snowy village now. Do we play the dog here? We might be drawing some stuff dead, but it's also nice to make the coppers miss, isn't it? Oh, I don't know. We also want to get the snowy village into the shuffle. But if we play the Sheepdog, we don't really need it in the shuffle, so undecided. What's there? 2 coppers, 2 estates, sleigh, spice merchant, sanctuary. Yeah. It's also tempting to buy a groom on this 4, but we really want a village now. Of course, if we play the Sheepdog, we might buy a groom here. He gets a groom. So what's the worst that could happen is we play the dog and we draw like spice merchant, sanctuary, in which case our next hand is gonna be 2 coppers, 2 estates, and a sleigh. I'm really undecided here. We could also buy the groom and then only then trigger Sheepdog, which puts the groom into the shuffle. Let's do it that way. What did we draw? Copper and groom. That's alright. So here we also have a copper on top for our spice merchant. He buys a snowy village. Okay, here we draw. What's on top? There's Groom and Sheepdog, right? We just play the sleigh, gain 2 horses, and this is gonna be a border guard, I think. I think here we don't want to trigger the shuffle because there's different good cards in there that we could draw that, and there's only like a state and 2 coppers in there that we can't draw that, so we could gain a transmogrify with this Groom and buy a snowy village. I think I like having a transmogrify down. You can transmog horses into sheepdogs, for example. Yeah, no, do not react here. We also want to get the snowy village into the shuffle. Well, it's there, but probably we're not gonna get any use out of it here. Might actually hurt if we draw some horses here. I mean, maybe it was still worth it to react the dog after buying the snowy village, just to make the 3 coppers miss. There was lots of good stuff to draw that, but there was just in general lots of good stuff in there, so even if you draw that some good stuff, we're still gonna have good stuff left in the shuffle, if you know what I mean. Do we want another Groom? Probably not. Well, maybe. The 3 is for sure gonna be a Sheepdog. We only have so many actions, right? Now let's get a second Groom. That's nice with the dogs. So here we could do the transmog horse into Sheepdog and then react the trick. Just doesn't do anything because we can just play the horse. So I guess we're gonna keep the transmog on our mat. It's better if you already have sheepdogs in your hand that you can react. I mean, it does do something. It does gain us a sheepdog, which is not nothing. And we might draw a sheepdog. Oh, he goes for the reap. Okay. So, do we wanna do it? Maybe we save the transmog for another turn. Might be better. Do want to find our snowy village, which we don't. There's estate and snowy village on top. We can groom for a silver here, which gains us 2, and then we hit 8 for Citadel. Yeah, that's not too bad. And do we want to exile something? I don't think we want to, right? We want to gain the second silver first. So here we just continue, and now we react with the sheepdogs. Okay, and now we can Citadel. So it seems like the lag is getting better. That's good news. Oh, this looked like he had a dot, but it's just the reap at the start of the turn. He's reacting the sheepdog chain. Here we might actually just transmog this border guard into a sheepdog, and then react it. Yeah, I think that sounds good. So he's got 4 sheepdogs to our 2, soon to be 3. And the sheepdogs should be played twice then, right? Because the transmog, it's called. It's not played, right? It's called. So that shouldn't use the Citadel, but then the sheepdog react should do it. Oh, this is a pretty big turn for him. Pretty good. So he seems to be trashed a bit more. He's only got 2 coppers left. Nope, don't wanna react with the sleigh. This is kind of funny, right? This, like, if we react here, this would come back from play into our hand, wouldn't it? We did sheepdog twice, as expected. So there's 2 sheepdog down there. They're on top of our deck. which is fine. That's fine. So we groom for 2 more, I guess. There's also a copper on top. I guess we groom for 2 sheepdog and then put a forum on top. Because we really need to find our village next turn. So we can groom and then react with the dogs. Oh well, we can also... Oh yeah, that's better. We put this dog in hand. And then we can react. Yeah, that was better. And here what do we want to... Do we want to groom for like a silver? Transmog would be nice to get down, but feels a little slow. We're at 7 now, so 2 silvers puts us at 11, and then we can buy like a forum. Let's put it in hand. React now. There's the sleigh on top, so we play this horse. We can gain 2 more. And this can be forum. Maybe a forum and the gold. Could also be 2 forums. Yeah, maybe that's better. Because it's a bit scary with only 1 village in the deck. And all these sheepdogs. I mean, we could add a second snowy village, but we really don't want to. Maybe we do. I'm unsure. It would help with finding it more often, but the other one is useless then. Well, we do have Citadel, so this 1 forum should do a lot for us. It's a village as well, so that's good. Still I think two forums over forum gold was a good choice. Because we can always groom for 2 silvers to add payload. That's kind of alright. He does have 5 dogs now, I think, to our 4. Yeah, those 5 dogs. And he does have quite a bit of money, I think. At least last turn he had, but he played the Spice Merchant for coin last turn, which he didn't do this turn, so should be a little less money. Yeah, 12, okay. Goes for the first province. And 2 border guards maybe, or border guard slay. 2 border guards, okay. Discard like this. Well, maybe we want to keep a copper for if we find our Spice Merchant. Yeah, there it is. Also, do we want a Sanctuary, a copper? I guess we do, because we're gonna groom for silvers again and react all these Sheepdog. We wanna on the second gain we wanna react. Let's play this horse while we still have actions. Let's gain a Sheepdog here. This don't think we want to top deck it. We'd rather gain two horses. And we can province as well. Do province villain. Could also be province and another forum. I mean, villain doesn't do a lot for us, does it? I'd rather have more forums. And here the transmog comes in really handy to save the turn, or potentially save the turn. So we'd had 13. We'd had 13 last turn. Transmogging a silver gets us down to 11. Do we want to transmog into a snowy village, or do we want to transmog into a transmogrify? Snowy is a bit safer, I guess. So let's do that. And we can, I mean, it's not the end of the world to have 2 snowy villages in deck. Might be transmogged at a later turn. We could also just exile it if we wanna get rid of it. Oh, he gets to double. His deck seems to be functioning a bit better than ours. Yeah, let's get a snowy village. Maybe we should have kept some of these horses. We wanna exile this province. We can discard one snowy village. We don't wanna play it. He can double again, right? But I mean, there's no playing around that, because if he doubles, we're just dead anyway. So I guess we're gonna try to double ourselves. And how do we best do that? We play this snowy village here. That's 5 silvers. I guess maybe we can province and 2 duchies, then we are at 21. If he then doubles, he's at 33. There's province. And then we would need province, 2 duchies, and an estate. Can we do province, 2 duchies? That's 18. Here we have 10 with the spice merchant, that's 12. 2 silvers is 16, 2 more silvers is... Well, can we draw it all is the other question. We can groom for these silvers. We can react here. What? Oh, I was confused. So if we put this in hand, we have 14. We have 14 with the spice merchant. Then we groom again, we draw with the spice merchant, that's... we don't have to draw with the spice merchant, do we? We groom again. Of course, we might just horribly that after this, but what can you do? This is 18, right? I think we rather wanna play this sleigh and get horses into our deck than trash with the spice merchant here. We could have 20, but we don't want to discard that. This is an okay starting hand, as long... Oh, well, he does have this. which I totally did not think about, but I mean, there's no way we can play around that. Because if we doubled here, like if he can double, he needs the province in his hand at the start of his turn, and there's not a lot we can do about that. We can't play around 3 provinces disappearing. Like we can't quad duchy here or something. Oh, let's see if he gets to double. It's not guaranteed. Of course, it's pretty likely, but he still might somehow fail to find his village. And he only got to react 1 sheepdog of this transmog. Here he gets to groom react sheepdogs. I think he should have it now, shouldn't he? I think there's 1 silver in there that he needs, but yeah, this is it. Alright. GG. Yeah, nicely done. We need to get a new client. Yeah, he managed to just get going a turn faster there, I guess. And that's always good as second player. Let's see if we can reconnect here. If he didn't find this province in his hand though at the start of the turn, we might have had a chance. Because our deck I think it should have been able to handle the green better. We had 3 forums to his 1. So if the game went longer, that might have been good for us. I got a message. Oh, alright, we're back. Okay, this is gonna be his start again. And this is a new one. I haven't played with this yet. Ride. Pretty easy. Just gain a horse. And what's the rest of the board? The village is Snowy Village again. Plus Citadel. We get to open 5-2 with the Sanctuary, and that's pretty good, I think. So alright, if he gonna be right back as well. Okay, I'm back. So, we're gonna open with a sanctuary here for sure. There's no real draw here, right? You could buy rides, but buys is like sanctuary, herbalist, or animal fair later. Oh, village as well. Seems kind of tough to put together. Like you could buy lots of rides every turn, and then that's your draw for the next turn. But it's like you spend $10 to just get 5 horses. Do we haven or do we ride? I think we ride. So guess we're gonna just play some Haggler money thing here. Do we want a scheme? This could be nice with Sanctuary and Haggler as well. So here our Sanctuary is gonna miss the shuffle. I guess we're gonna play it anyway. And ride again. Okay, nice. This is gonna be a Haggler. Scheme the scheme. Here we can scheme the Sanctuary. Let's play the horse. Did not find the Haggler, but that's alright. Just buy 2 rides, I guess. Yeah, we've got 2 horses in there. Just scheme the Sanctuary. I mean, probably we don't wanna use it even. So maybe we should have schemed the scheme. Because we wanna buy a gold. I think. Gets a second Haggler. Yeah, we don't want to use it here. Second Sanctuary. Why not? Could also be second Haggler. Let's get a second Sanctuary. Buys are nice for the occasional ride. Well, we do have, in terms of exiling, we're looking pretty even-ish. Oh, he goes for, so maybe he wants to use Ride for buys. Maybe he does. Because he's getting all these buys. Maybe he changed his mind. Yep. Seems like he did. Oh, I'm not sure what the idea was for him. This is nice. This is 8, right? So this could be gold. This could be gold Haggler. This could be Haggler's Snowy Village, and then Ride. Yeah, why not? Could also have been Citadel, but I don't like it as much because we can't use our Haggler that way. Do we want Citadel? I mean, it could be nice with horses and this other stuff. Let's buy Citadel. And we top deck the Sanctuary. Yeah, I like this. This wasn't the greatest of turns for him. Just double rides. Sure, let's exile twice. Okay, so here this could be Snowy Village ride. And then we can gain a second Haggler of a gold buy. And we top deck the Sanctuary. Maybe you can actually make this ride engine work. I'm still unsure. The thing is, then your Hagglers don't do anything, and I don't know. We can't miss 6, can we? Like, there's a scheme down there, a horse. So the last thing has to be copper, right? Yeah. Oh, nice, we draw it. So this is gonna be gold Haggler. Yeah, now we just green like he does. But we're much thinner, so that's good for us. Feel like we're in a good spot here. And maybe we don't even have to use the horse. We can like double the scheme first. Yeah, and we should be able to draw through, right? Let's get rid of that copper. We do have another gold, so that means we have 10. That's enough for province and ride. That sounds good, doesn't it? So we can province for, I guess, just 2 golds. And then we have enough for double. And we ride. Could even, nah, let's not trash the horse for an animal fair. We have golds for that. Of course, these golds could have been animal fairs, but I'm unsure which is better. That's 1 more coin, but we need an action. So maybe we just stay with golds. And what do we scheme? Sanctuary ski. Sanctuary Snowy Village. Seems unlikely that we run out of actions. And maybe it should, one of these should have actually been an animal fair. Or maybe both, because then we can ride. We can ride while still doubling. So can we draw through if we don't double a horse? If we double Sanctuary, play Snowy Village, that's 4 cards drawn. And we do want to exile a province for sure. We need to draw 3 golds, province. We wanna draw 3 golds, province, 2 hagglers. That's 6 cards. So I think we need to use 1 horse. So we can just double it. And this one we can use later. Okay, do we double? And what else do we get? We do double for sure, but what do we gain off the hagglers? We'll be at 21, provinces at 3. We're gonna gain a lot of stuff here. can be single and set it up so that we can triple next turn. Huh. We could buy a province, gain 2 animal fares, and then just buy 4 rides. That gives us triple next turn. Well, 3 rides, but it's enough, right? To draw through. I think I like that more. There's not a lot he can do about that, right? He can double province, maybe. And we top deck a sanctuary so that we have 4 buys for sure. So we can still like double province duchy estate. I don't know if this is any good, but it feels like a good option. Let's see what he does. Maybe he does something. Maybe he can now do something that makes this not function at all. I'm unsure. But if he can just like single here, he's in a lot of trouble. Or if he just buys a duchy, then we triple province, and what can he do? We'll be at 33. Right, we'll be at 31. So he'll need province and 3 duchies. That seems real tough. And we double the horse. So we can draw through. We don't want to play the snow. No. We would like to exile the province, but we couldn't. Maybe I should have actually counted these actions instead of just... Oh, anyway. Yeah, we had 1 to spare. But we needed to play a horse, so we needed to play it at that point. Yeah, so we just triple right. We just triple and gain golds all the way. Just gain like 6 golds and then we're pretty much guaranteed. Triple, that's 18. That puts us at 33. Yeah, what can he do about that? That's a lot of points. And just golds. And buys. We top deck the snowy village, I guess, at this point. Yeah, we should be pretty set up to win here. Like, his 15 points is not easy to make up. Doesn't have the money to do that either. Yeah, I think so. This worked out nicely, though. The triple province play. Of course, had he not only been able to buy a duchy last turn, maybe things would have been different. Okay, there it is. Alright, so second player victory again. Every game so far. Let's hope we can change that in this game, because this time we are first player. We've got goat and some other stuff that we can't see. Oh, now we can see it. Way of the mouse. There's red catcher. That's not really a great way of the mouse, is it? Because you can put stuff onto your tavern mat and then it never comes back. There's no actions at all. There's livery. So goat seems like plenty of trashing. We could just open like lots of experiments. I'll try to buy a livery pretty soon. And then, I don't know, do something with charms maybe. He goes for the pixie. Okay. Tempted to just buy experiments again. Could also be a pixie, but honestly, just go for the experiments. Let's just go for those. The sad thing is also that everything but charm, livery and bank costs 3 or less, and livery is 4 or more, so you don't even have that many targets for to proc livery. But still, something with charms could be worth doing, I think. I mean, you can gain duchies, gain horses, and then banish them later. Why not? Oh, okay, that's the reason he opened Pixie, because he had 2/5. That makes a lot of sense. We get to livery as well here. Yeah, let's play the experiment to have clean shuffle. Could also buy a bank, but we don't want to do that. Nice, we draw. We straight up draw the Livery. Next turn is gonna suck, but what can you do? Yeah, so here we buy a charm. And we're just gonna do some duchy charm thing, I guess, until they run with the occasional banish. So he goes for a scrap. I'm not interested in these things, because almost all of our estates are already gone. A church might be worth having. So this could be experiments, it could be a church. What's in our next hand? There's Livery, Horse, Goat, Charm, and a Copper, right? So we don't quite hit. We would like to hit 5 without the charm, so we can use the charm gain. So I guess we're gonna buy experiments because we're probably gonna trigger this shuffle playing the horse, and we wanna have experiments in this shuffle. Oh, we do. I mean, if we don't trash with goat, we could hit 5, but we want to trash with goat, so I think that's all. It's all right. Don't really need this church. It would be nice to like set duchies aside, but we wanna banish them anyway, I guess. And we're gonna gain horses to draw through. At least that's the plan. I don't know if it's actually gonna work. Swamp's Gift is a nice boon. Definitely. 2 wisps. Can't complain there. He did have the goat in his 2 coin hand at the beginning. So I thought maybe that's the reason he went for scrap, but he didn't get to play the goat as often yet. Did he? Oh. Confused. Well, we did go for the 4 experiment opening, so maybe that's why it feels like we played so fast. Oh, Sheepdog, that's interesting. Okay. Do we play on? What's down there? Experiment and 4 coppers. I guess we play on and hope to not draw the experiment. Oh, we do. So we just play it. Okay. Well, I guess we could just buy 2 charms here. Couldn't we? yeah. That's really good that we find the livery again. So that's how this works. Alright, so it doesn't go to the tavern mat like I thought it would. I guess because there is no tavern mat. No, it's not. Yeah, I was thinking about the old shapeshifter stuff, but that's totally not how this works. We just play the set aside card and leave it there. So it just turns stuff into cantrips, basically. Here we do charm experiments, I think. We do have all these coppers left. Maybe it would be nice to banish them at some point. Yeah, so this makes grab kind of alright, because you can just cantrip it, and he did get some use out of it, so was a pretty nice buy, I think. He goes for the banish, okay. Exiles his covers. Maybe we're gonna do that as well. Yeah, like here is a good opportunity. Oh, it's even any number. For some reason I thought it was only for like chapel, but you can exile as many as you want. So at the start we could have exiled 7 coppers and had nothing in our deck. This is 7, right? We could banish and experiments. What's down there? You got a second livery. Down there is experiment, livery, maybe a horse. There's a charm. Yeah, let's do banish experiments. Okay, this looks good. Now we can like duchy for lots of charms. Well, maybe he will do that now, because he's drawing his deck here. But he only has 2 charms, so he can't quite go too crazy with it yet. Getting rid of his goat. Yeah, he's gotten some nice use out of this grab. I wonder how much money does he have left. Got a livery, 2 charms. Does he have still 2 covers still? So that he can use charm twice with its ability. banished 4, trashed some amount, or is that our trashed coppers in the trash? I don't know. What? Oh, that's nice. Sheepdog mouse is a village. That's pretty cool. Nice. Okay, now the second livery also makes a lot of sense. Oh. You do need a scrap to pull that off, so yeah, now the scrap seems like a really good thing to have in your deck. Well, let's see what we can do about it. Okay, so we have 5 here. We could just buy a livery, gain 2 charms, 2 duchies. I mean, we're a bit late to set up this trick that he's doing. First, we need to get a scrap and a sheepdog, and that's that would mean playing 2 charms for buy, and then we can only play 2 for a gain. So maybe we just try to the thing is, what's he gonna gain once the charms are out to gain horses? There's only province, gold bank, and duchy, right? And we're in a good position to gain the duchies if we have all the charms. So we're just gonna try this. Just rush this stuff down. Livery, 2 charms, 2 duchies. And that's 5 horses. Yeah, but I like what he's doing. That was a really nice trick to get the village going here. Scrap, react the sheepdog, way of the mouse. That's really cool. But it's hard to scale up, right? To use a 3rd livery, you need another scrap, another sheepdog, and you need to trash some of the horses you gain. So, well, you can definitely make it work, but that's you have to do a lot of work to scale it up. At least, I think at least. I mean, still, if we just gain a bunch of duchies now, we're in a good position. Trashes his third livery. How many charms does he have? 4, I think. I mean, he can gain 4 duchies here. So maybe having all these charms doesn't do us any good now. Because we can't really make use of them if the duchies are gone. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. I mean, if we just gain, if last turn we had gained 4 duchies instead of the charms, then it's pretty much the same situation, isn't it? Then he could also gain 4 duchies now. Maybe he can gain even more. I didn't pay attention to what he did there. He was also able to keep some of these horses by cantripping them, so he'll have even more horses to work with next turn. He should have 1 more charm and another copper. Right. Buys a livery. Okay, it goes for some duchies. Oh, a bank. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice to gain some, get some money. Okay, let's see what we can do. We can cantrip one of these. Alright. So do we just gain 4 duchies here? And then what else? To gain 4 duchies, need to play 4 of these charms. For gain, and then we have 2 left, which is 4. And we could banish 2 duchies, or we could buy 2 experiments. We could also trash with the goat. We could trash with the goat, and then if we play 2 charms for buy, we'll have 8, and that would fit perfectly with buying experiments. And with how much money does that leave us? That leaves us with, in total, 4 plus 12, that's 18, that's 16 money in total. Oh, that sounds good. Let's just do this. Maybe we'll regret not having that copper, but I doubt it. I doubt it. We do certainly threaten to empty liveries now, but he's probably gonna outscore us just with provinces, right? Oh, who knows? He needs to draw first. Oh. Certainly looks like he's gonna draw, and I would be surprised if he doesn't manage, because should have a good amount of horses in his deck. Still, we did gain 4, so should still have 5, I think. Trashing livery is also nice with the scrap. Chose to gain a silver, get more money from the bank, I guess. Okay, so I don't think he can end it and win here, but maybe he can. But he would need, like, he can't. But he can just do that again, and then we're in trouble. So it's not looking too great for us, I think. we can at least get rid of all these duchies, and we should. While also buying a province. Maybe we should buy a bank instead. Well, so let's banish here. And I mean, what's the bank gonna do? We have 16 money, and if he triples next turn, we're pretty much in trouble. We can't catch up. Also, if we buy bank, he might just triple livery, so this makes it a bit harder for him, but only a bit. We'd have to be really lucky here. Oh, he can't do his trick now, but I mean, it doesn't matter. He just has to draw through. Doesn't need to gain all these horses anymore. I really like the way he played this. This was just so cool. The scrap sheepdog way of the mouse trick. Really liked it. Okay, so doesn't quite get there here. But I mean, we're also not gonna draw through here. We don't have any horses anymore. And there should be lots of horses in this 10 bottom cards of his deck. Right, we only have 2, so there's 1 in the discard, so there should be 7 horses in there. So no way he's gonna dot again. Okay, we can cantrip one of these. So what do we do? You just buy a province, right? If he doubles, we're toast anyway. And there's just nothing we can do but hope that he somehow fails to I don't know what he should even fail to. With all these horses in hand, there's just no way he misses. Let's see. We do have a cool Exile mat with 5 duchies on it. Well, doesn't seem to be too straightforward for him this turn. So that's a good sign at least. So just province estate, or what does he do here? Yeah. But I think it will still not be enough for us. Will it? How much is this? Yeah, not enough. We're missing quite a lot actually, because we're first player. So now we need to hope he misses province, and we just buy 4 estates. How many charms did he have there? 1. And his bank. And the turn before. He had all these charms. Well, we need 3 at least. And now what? Now if he buys 2, he's got 40, and we can only get up to 40 as well. So we need another one. And if he buys 2, we're lost anyway. So if he finds 2 charms, it's over. Yep. Well, it was still kind of close in the end. But I think he played this one really well. Not that what we did was necessarily bad, but the thing he did was better, I think. So still continuing player 2 win streak. We just got black market, so this is quite something. How do we open here? Double Ambassador. There's no villages apart from Citadel. Of course, they're all in the black market, but you don't want to fall behind in the amp war. So this is looking pretty brutal. Well, it's not true. There's diplomat, so there's a village. And there's also a way to activate it with scrap, even if it's not the greatest way. But it's possible. So are we gonna go Diplo amp or double amp? I'm scared of Diplo amp if he goes double amp. We could also go scrap ambassador. Let's just go double amp. I feel like single amp never works out. Like, never. He goes for the scrap. Okay, now we can test my hypothesis about single amp. This, of course, is really good. And this as well. And I think we're gonna return coppers here. No point in buying scrap now that we gave all. Like, if we gave the estate to him, we wouldn't have any left, and then the scrap doesn't do anything. He gets to see his Diplo here, which is good for him. And this is gonna take a long time, unless somebody falls like really far behind in the chunking, but you need to stabilize first and like have some diplos and stuff ready, and then at some point you can like risk taking a black market, and then if you find a proper village it's really good for you, but if you don't, you're really sad. Or you could hit 8 and maybe get a village that way, but how are you gonna hit 8? You could also just hit 5 like we do here. What's this gonna be? A falconer, I guess. Should it be a coven? Huh. We're really thin now, and we could just try playing like 2 or 3 covens every turn, and what's he gonna do if all the curses come into his deck? Falconer, of course, nice to gain diplos, but we don't have any villages so far. We're gonna take the coven, and we'll hit 5 again and can add a second coven. He's really thin. He managed to stay thin there, despite our junking efforts. But, well, all we are doing is sending stuff back and forth. So, the scrap also did some work for him, so it's to be expected that he has a slim deck, as do we. A thing we might do here is desperation and buy Citadel. Is that any good? It's certainly tempting over another coven. Yeah, let's do it. And then the coven can even act as a village. This might be real dumb, but let's try it out. Like Citadel Amp is great, Citadel Coven is great, so man, he's got 6 cards only. Not bad. We've got 12. I don't quite understand how this got so lopsided, because I don't know. Don't quite understand how he got so thin and anyway, this is gonna help. Having the Citadel, this is gonna help for sure. I don't think he's gonna activate, because he's gonna have to discard all this stuff. Maybe he can activate now. No. Here we are gonna double the Coven, play the Amp, and buy a Diplomat, I think. Oh god, this is never gonna end, this Coven war, right? Because we're gonna amp the curses back and they're gonna fill up again, and then you exile them again, then you get them into your deck again. Ugly. Real ugly. But like having the Citadel seems like a really good thing for us now. And I think for him it's difficult to hit. Well, maybe not. He only needs to make 6 like we did, and then you can Desperation and do Citadel. No thanks, we don't wanna discard from Exile. He goes for a black market now, okay. I do think we want to add a Diplo first. Okay, now we're down to 9 cards as well, but not seeing an Ambassador here hurts. Or like Diplo would be perfect to have in this hand, but oh, can't do anything about it. These aren't the greatest, I would say. These reveals. Like they're fine, but there's better stuff that you could reveal. Well, I guess maybe he can hit Citadel now. He has a silver, right? So if he has that in hand, he can Desperation and then do Citadel. Oh, he prefers to stay thin. He could have done it. Well, maybe it was a misclick. He didn't want to keep it. But maybe he thinks he doesn't need Citadel right now. He's certainly gonna get a big curse influx soon. He's gonna have 5 in Exile now. Not seeing our amps here really hurts. would be a lot better for us if we saw them. I guess Wharf. Doesn't go well with the Diplo, does it? Just buy it anyway. Okay. Man, this... So, how do we do it here? We wanna keep one of the amps. Oop. Shouldn't complain so much, this is fine. We just we wanna keep the Coven, don't we? Like this. Yeah, this is totally fine. We get 3 curses. He's gonna get 5 now. And now we can add in a black market as well. And these 5 curses shouldn't be too easy for him to deal with. Amp can return them, but Scrap is not great at trashing curses. Don't get any benefit. Well, I guess he's gonna hit Citadel now, so that should help. That should help a lot. Yeah, he's gonna have 8. Oh, did he trash his silver? Oh yeah, he did. Okay, wanna double the Coven here, or do we want to double the Diplomat? If we double the Coven, I think our discard is not looking great, right? So let's not make this miss the shuffle. Okay, now he gets the curses into his deck. And we can give these 2 back. Maybe just another Wharf for now and add the black market later. We wanna somehow get our deck under control first. Okay, let's see how well he can deal with this sudden influx of curses. Here we can return to Steward. That could help with the curses, trash them. Could also put an end to the Curse-Tennis. by making them slowly disappear. This should all be curses, right? These 4. So his next hand should be bad. Well, maybe it's 3 curses and a scrap. Oh, now he went for the Citadel. Okay. Well, we just double the amp. And I feel like we want to return here and not buy like a black market. Really need to get our deck under control. No, we don't want to discard that. This curse back and forth is gonna go on for a while. So, is he interested in any of these? Sentry? Oh, not really. Seems like he's just going for more diplomats. Yeah. Of course, they activate easily because of the covens, because of the ambassadors. Alright, so it seems like we're getting slimmer finally. Maybe a falconer now. Because he's also buying diplomats, and this might help us activate the falconer from hand. Here, this we're gonna activate this guy. Discard like this. Well, now our discard is pretty ugly again. 4 curses and a copper. 5 curses and a copper. Okay, now he goes for a wharf. We're gonna we need to double the coven, right? So down there is our falconer, and that we wanna activate this diplo basically. So we need to amp first, and we amp the estate. And this is like what did I say? 5 curses is in there and a copper. 2 curses, 2 more, and another one. So 5 curses and a copper. Well, we just Falconer. We do want to play the Wharf, right? So we just Falconer for a Diplomat. And we can give 2 back. Okay, this is starting to look nice-ish for us. Maybe we add a black market now. This could be black market scrap. Do we really need a scrap? What do we want to do with a scrap? Could also just be a diplomat. We can gain black market with a falconer maybe. We really want some proper villages, don't we? I mean, it's tough. We want the Coven in our starting hand for the village effect. Scrap might help as well. Let's go scrap black market, I don't know. There's the Coven. Sadly there isn't a diplomat, which would be nice, but we bought a black market instead of a diplomat, so this could be a diplomat if we had bought one. Black market is also nice to activate diplomats. Well, it's not like we have a lot of treasures, right? We have 2 treasures. He's got the majority of curses now, I think. But this changes fast. I mean, it's not so bad if we don't get to play a Wharf at the start of our turn, because then we can do this doubling diplomat thing. Still no villages for him, so he's been pretty unfortunate. Upgrade, of course, is nice, but he's been pretty unfortunate with his black market reveals so far. They haven't been the greatest. And this is looking like a nice turn for him also. Like, he sees most of his deck and gets to gain and play the upgrade. And now the curses are back in our deck. Let's hope we can get something nice out of this black market. This has been a real long match already, 2.5 hours. But I mean, we've had some lag problems and not the most straightforward boards, and especially this one, it's gonna take a while. didn't buy anything here, okay. Alright, so Coven and so can't activate a Diplo if we Falconer it, but we've got a chance at picking up something from the black market, activating Falconer that way. Oh, we don't, but we get a vanilla village, that's pretty good. Just give back to curses, buy a diplomat, and we can play the Falconer this way. More diplomats, I think. The village is gonna help. It's really gonna help, I think. What's down there? Do we want to activate this diplomat? I think we do, so we can. So Citadel works, right? Yeah. I think we keep the scrap, it might help activating the Diplo. It's really hard to know who has how many curses. Because it goes back and forth all the time. And some of them are in exile, and score indicates that we have a lot now. So probably we have 6 and he has 2. 1 is in the trash and 1 is in that pile. Gets caravan, that's alright. So is there a way we can activate the second Diplo? If we play the black market, it's not enough, right? So let's play the war first. We can also scrap that guy maybe for like card action, horse, and maybe a coin. Oh, we get to Coven again. The coin was kind of pointless, but because we're gonna play Amp over this. Oh, it wasn't really pointless because now we have 4. More diplos, I guess. Okay, we have the village in our starting hand, which is great because it will be easier to activate these diplo chains with a bit more actions to spare at the start of our turn. Meanwhile, the Curse-Tennis continues, but he's gonna slowly whittle down at these curses with the upgrade, and then maybe someday we get to be left alone by these curses flying around. Oh, this is some nice reveals. Really good. Tactician, I guess he's gonna take. Well, maybe could also take a fishing village because he's got all these diplos, and that doesn't really play well with a 10-card starting hand. Of course, in general, Tactician is pretty great with Black Market. I would take it, I think. Fishing village, of course, also tempting, or just the hostelry. Yeah, he gets a fishing village. Okay, nice. We get to Falconer react, and we wanna gain a diplo here, I think. Question is, do we want to react here? I think there's some good stuff down there that we don't want to discard. There's for sure a wharf. So let's see, we'll have 7 cards. At the start of our turn, the village will also... We do want to Ambassador return to curses. Not sure, not quite sure what's down there and whether to react here. He does get to draw his deck here. So seems like he's got it under control now, and we don't. That's bad news for us. Yeah, there's 7 curses in our deck right now. Buys a second wharf. Lots of diplos, okay. Feels like we've got a bit too many diplos and not enough ways to activate them right now. And we should have reacted this diplo, because now we won't get to activate them. And if we'd reacted, we could have at least activated the first of these. Well, we get to activate here. That's good. This doesn't activate, right? So just play the Wharf. And what's this Falconer gonna gain? Nothing, I guess. Guess we're just gonna pass here. No, just gonna pass. So here, well, we'll see what the Wharf draws, but we need to try and activate this Diplomat. We need some more proper villages from the black market. So, I don't know, probably at some point somebody is gonna pull outpost from the black market and then it's over, but until then this is gonna go back and forth some more, but he seems to be in the better spot right now. He's nice and clean and he can cope with all the junk coming in, but we can't. Not as easily as he can, at least. This place, also nice. These covens play nicely with the diplomats. He's got 3 now. We only have 1. Yeah, it feels like we added a bit too many diplomats and not enough ways to activate them. He's got 4 diplomats, which means we have 5. Like, the Falconer could have probably just been another coven, and we would have had an easier time to play our stuff. And I feel like the Falconer hasn't done enough for us. Okay, if we double this coven, can we activate any of these guys actually? No. Like, we could Coven Black Market and then activate the Diplo, but we could try that. Let's see. Do we want a sanctuary? Could help. Exiling provinces and stuff later. Okay. Let's grab this curse. And now we're getting some Diplo activations at least. If we play the horse, we've got 6 cards. We could then gain a horse traders. Still have 6, discard 2, then we'll have 4. We can also just amp a curse. Like here we can gain the horse traders. Okay, this wasn't too bad. Of course now we can't buy a province because we bought this sanctuary, which didn't do anything for us, so maybe that wasn't the best buy. Didn't really help us there. You could try another black market and try to pull something out of it, like an outpost or... I feel like if we just try to follow him on provinces now, that's not gonna work too well for us. Of course, our deck is really sensitive to starting hand, and I guess that's our problem. We need like Coven, or we need like a Coven in our starting hand, or the village. Okay, definitely activate here. Oh, the sanctuary also does the trick. How do we discard like this? Sanctuary is also a village if you double it at the start of your turn. These are alright, but not too exciting. Bounty Hunter is nice, of course, to put the provinces on your exile mat. Oh, Cardinal. Also plays nicely with Diplo. And can be annoying if it hits one of your uniques from black market, but I think the reason for gaining it was more that it plays nicely with Diplo and not so much for its attack. Okay. This places another way to get provinces on your exile mat. Okay, let's play the Sanctuary first. Sure, we exile the copper. Do we wanna? Guess we exile the amp. We would like to activate both these Diplos, right? Let's exile this amp. We can maybe gain and play another one with Falconer. Play this war first. And let's do it like this. Have a look at the black market. Not too exciting stuff. I guess we could get a candlestick maker. Also placed nicely with the diplomats. Should we trigger the shuffle? What's in there? There's a curse in there. Curse Diplo, two curses, Diplo Falconer. And black market copper and the candlestick maker. I don't know. Oh, there's probably a Diplo in the next hand, which is good at least. Yeah, let's continue building at the Lost City. I mean, if the Diplo bottom decked, this would be really bad. Like this, it's kinda fine. Still hoping for that miracle black market pick, like an outpost or something that would really boost our chances. Just buying single province isn't gonna cut it at this point. He's too far ahead. This game is exhausting, definitely. It's been really exhausting. I would really like to keep. Well, no. Like this, maybe? That's the only two curses we have left. This. Do wanna keep the amp, I think. We should soon be through the black market deck, and so far there hasn't been anything of real high impact show up, as far as I remember. So if there's nothing there, we're pretty lost. And even if there is, we need to get it like right now, otherwise it's gonna be too late anyway. And what would that even be at this point? Like Outpost or maybe a King's Court, but King's Court even doesn't do a lot at this point. Outpost is the one thing we're hoping for. That could really help us catch up. Goodbye, Scrap. Probably it's just gonna double here. Or maybe he can even triple with displays. He might also have like a finish on wharfs or something. Soon. Province. And a wharf maybe. He's got a much nicer balanced deck than we do, for sure. So double this guy and curse, deploy. There's gonna be a horse traders there, right here, yeah. Nope. These don't really help either. We're pretty much lost, I think. Let's put an end to this. He's gonna. Oh, this game took so long. A whole new client came out. Yeah, this was like over. He would have like tripled at least on his turn, and no point in playing on further. We did finally have some kind of control of our deck at the end, at the very end of the game. So, one more to go, which we will be starting, and hopefully we can tie it up. Alright, so 5-2, really good start on a recruiter board. We don't want a native village, do we? Oh, maybe we do, because we can make an animal fair out of it. Which has a chance of making our maybe we're not gonna open it because we want to play the recruiter. Animal fairs make great recruiter food. They also make a lot of money. There's March and Toil. Toil even lets you play stuff when you're out of villagers. I don't know if this is a board for Coven or if you can just ignore it here. So this is certainly gonna be a native village, I think. Yeah, 3-4 is pretty sad here because you have to open double silver. So 5-2 was pretty great. He's fled the scene at the double silver opening. Hope he comes back. Oh, there he is. So yeah, we're gonna buy some. Oh, he buys another silver, so not the greatest start for him to this match. To this game, I mean. Do we want a second recruiter? I think we do. And after that, barges and stuff. So should this be an animal fair? Yes, it should. And then now we want to add a barge for the buy, I guess. So here we cannot use a villager. We can just toil, and we'll still hit 5 and buy a barge. He gets a second recruiter as well. And we get a second barge. So we should be pretty far ahead by this point, because we had a much better opening with the 5-2. Which is good news for us, I guess. How do we do this? Like this. Recruiter, another copper, then we can play barge, animal fair. We'll have 8 and 2 buys. And we can buy like native village barge. For which we need 7. So we can't quite toil here. We can also toil twice, keep some villagers, just buy 2 native villages, and they can then be turned into animal fairs. I think I like that. Keep some villagers. We don't need the third barge in our deck right now. Oh. Another thing I haven't thought about is you can also use this toil stuff to gain and play. So let's keep an eye on that. Gets his first barge. So recruiter. We want to get rid of this recruiter now. Like here, we could trash these native villages for like animal fair barge, and then toil the barge to draw these. Okay, let's think. Trash the recruiter. Play animal fair, 4 coppers. Well, we'll only have 2 buys, right? So let's trash this guy. We do want more buys now. Well, we don't have to trash all the native villages, do we? If we're gonna buy some back anyway. We want like Barge, native village, animal fair maybe. Or Barge and 2 native villages. We don't really need money right now. All we need is buys, and then we can turn all the native villages into animal fairs. We do need some money. So animal fair, barge, native village. That's what we want to get. And for that we need 7. Can trash 1 copper here. And barge now, animal fair. And we do it like this. We might. Well, we still have our 2nd recruiter, and that guy might have to go now because we need villagers. There's a barge down there, and we wanna guess we do wanna play it now. So we have 4 buys, and then we have 11, which could be barge, 2 native villages, barge 3 native villages even. Yeah. And we don't have to use villagers to play these. And now the animal fairs also give us buys. So there might be some gain and play potential with Toil, although it's a bit slim because Toil costs 2. Still makes you $2 per animal fair you gain, and also a buy now. So now we just gain more animal fairs and barges, I think. There might even be some autopile potential. If you have enough draw. Don't know. He gets an animal fair as well now. And another barge, okay. So, gotta be a bit careful now. Let's play this barge now. Alright, guess let's set aside. Set aside and pick up. Oh, we play this recruiter now. So, 2 barges. What do we want to buy here? Could be two barges, and the rest is animal fares by trashing these native villages. Does he then have a pile out potential? Let's pick up. So he's got 3 barges and an animal fare. And he's also got 2 native villages, 2 recruiters, 3 barges and an animal fare. That's 5 buys, 6 buys with the buy from the start of your turn. That's 6 buys. Barge is 5. What did I say? 2 native villages. These could be turned into animal fares. Recruiter could be turned into an animal fare. There's some gain and play potential with Toil. Yeah. Well, maybe we don't get 2 barges here. What does it do for us? We just get so this we do for next turn. Could get 2 animal fares here. Could get like 2 animal fares and a bagger to have more stuff to barge. Okay, let's do that. This is 6. 8 is enough for that, so we can toil. Barge, bagger, animal fare, and I didn't count the buys from Animal Fair, so we could have played both barges next turn. Well, anyway. Does that leave him with a pile out? I don't know. Just it's been a really long match. Don't feel like I can calculate this stuff anymore. He's also got some stuff on his native village mat. Which there's junk on there, I suppose. I would think. I don't know if he can pile here, but maybe he can. With Toil and scary. Maybe we should have greened. He can't pile. Doesn't have enough actions in his hand anymore to pile. Oh, there's March. Nice. Another gain and play option. Okay. How many native villages do we have left? We do have some left, right? So let's use this. Okay, can we pile? Can we like... We can't pile and score, right? So let's not do that. Let's not try to do that. We can just double as well and have the better deck. I mean, these animal fairs, we've got 4 buys and we can empty them with all we have in hand. But then we'd also need 10 for barges, and we would need to buy the double province and an estate, which is 28. We can't make that much money. This is how much is this? Is 16. Let's recruit this beggar. Don't know why we got him. Anyhow, let's recruit this guy. And Barge for next turn. Play the animal fairs. Which leaves us with no villagers, which is a bit frightening. Oh, we can toil the last one. Don't know if what we're doing here makes if it's any good. Kind of feels like kind of feels like this got closer than it should have been, so must have done something stupid. Because we just had a much better opening. Alright, set aside here. Pick up Barge now. Barge now. There's a barge on top, I believe. I mean, what do we do here now? He has 2 barges in this hand, so if we just single, it's pretty likely that he'll double. And then we're kind of screwed. Do we go for like 3 duchies? We're gonna have we need to recruit one of these animal fairs, right? Because we don't have enough villagers anymore. And then we wanna gain another animal fair. And when we toil it, that's 2 more coins. So we can get 16. We can get triple duchy. And I guess we have to take that. We march the animal fair. We march it. And we're gonna trash the native village. Right? We'll then have 3 animal fairs plus 2 coppers. That's 14. We march an animal fair, that's 15. Okay. And we use the barges for next turn, so we don't dot. And we'll see how it goes. Maybe he can just pile now. That's of course a possibility. Or maybe he will just double and we're gonna be sad because we only have 16 money in our deck. And yeah, maybe we should have trashed one of our barges instead of the animal fair. So we have more money. Probably. Then we would have 20 money, which could be double province. Yeah. That was bad, real bad. To trash the animal fair over the barge. Well, who knows? It's hard to think straight after 3.5 hours of Dominion. And who's gonna say he's gonna hit double province anyway? Needs to draw all his stuff and probably can't, and he's also running low on villagers, so it's not like he can just double if he wants to. And also taking duchies isn't a good option for him because piling that makes piling pretty likely for me, I would think. We'll see. I think this is gonna it's either gonna end on my next turn or his. But yeah, I think we did some stupid stuff in the mid game because this shouldn't be this close. I feel like opening recruiter over double silver. Oh, there was there was the make resign box and I almost clicked it because just out of an instinct something came popping up, you wanna click it, but I don't wanna make him resign. So he seems to be in a tough spot. Hard for him to decide what to do. I guess it's like the undo request. Sometimes you just auto-click them, and it's the resign dialog. You might think it's an undo request. Just auto-click it. Yeah. So I'm guessing he doesn't have double here because well, maybe he does, and he decides if it's viable, but I would think doubling would be a more straightforward choice. So I guess he's deciding about he might be deciding about a bunch of stuff. Duchies, whether to get duchies, how to manage villagers, and also this Toil and March stuff isn't making it any easier to calculate all of this stuff. Alright, so 2 duchies and an estate. Do we have a win already? We need 2 duchies, 2 estates, and these animal fairs. How much money do we have? 12, 13, that's not enough. So we play this barge. We can draw our fourth animal fair. We have 4, right? We played 4, and also the other copper. We did play 4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've got 18 money. There is what's down there? Recruiter, copper, native village, right? And if that's the case, that should win. We're not missing anything, right? Yeah, that should win. Oh no, animal fair. I didn't count that. So, is this enough to win? I think we need to march. We recruiter, the barge, animal. Well, wait a second. This should win. You just have to do it the right way. We can play a native village. Then we can play 3 animal fairs. We can then gain 3 animal fairs and march them. We can also toil the barge to draw them and toil the animal fairs, which makes 4 money. Oh my. Okay, so play native village. That's 2 actions, and we have a villager. We can play 3 animal fairs. We have 12 money. 14 with the coppers. We have 14 money. We trash animal fair, recruiter, native village for 3 animal fairs. We still have 14 money. We toil the barge, draw them. We have 12 money. We toil 3 animal fairs. We have 16 money, and that is enough for 2 duchies and 2 estates. Right, that works. Native village. 1, 2, 3. Animal fair. Animal fair. Animal fair. Toil barge. No. Toil. 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 And we're done. Ooh. Oh, we could have just bought a province at the end. So I apparently miscounted and it was more than enough, but can't count anymore. So that was some really nice Extra-Menagerie action, nice A action. Thank you everybody for watching and listening, and see you next time. Goodbye.